Yeah, talking of Leeds, we're going to jump into just a couple of... Talk about your teammates before we jump into you, Bill, or Luke. I don't know, we'll call him Luke for this. Should we call him Luke?
Yeah, that's
call him
fine.
Luke.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
We're not on the pitch at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out a little bit about your teammates. Just a few loose end questions. So what they've got written down here is we need you to pick a teammate to be a tag team wrestling partner. If you could pick anyone in that team at Leeds right now, who would you be?
It's Bella.
Yeah.
Then he hasn't played this season because he had a cruciate at the end of last season. But I think he's probably been sent off about 6-7 times for Leeds in 4 years. He's the nicest guy, quiet around the place, just passive. And then once he goes over that white line, he just runs into people, tackles people. And there's one picture with blood streaming down his face. Looks real angry. And so definitely Berardi, yeah. Definitely Berardi. You
into wrestling at all?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah, I loved it.
Who was your one?
Probably Shawn Michaels, long hair.
Ah, yeah.
I come out. I'm just a sexy boy with voice. Yeah, all that malarkey. Yeah.
David, you're just shaking your head there. What's
I was shaking my head, yeah. I stopped watching it when he changed to WWE. I mean, I remember it was WWF.
Yeah.
There was
WWE. I kind of agree with it, David, because I don't understand why it changed. Was it something to do with the World
Wildlife, wasn't it?
That's the
Wildlife,
one. Yeah, Wildlife
Federation. They had the rights to WWF.
Yeah.
Was it the Bushwhacker Twins or something like that?
Bushwhackers back in the day. Yeah.
So at Liverpool, Robbie and Macca, Steve Harkness used to walk around the change room giving it all that stuff. I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah, you had two little eras. That was an era, and Jake the Snake and Ultimate Warrior and all that. That was way back. And then when we got a bit older, for some reason, it was acceptable to watch it still. So you had Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Shawn Michaels, then you had Undertaker, Kane.
Yeah, they were.
But there is only one Brock Lesnar.
See that was just I wasn't into it then. You're still
watching
it
a bit later. Yeah.
You're still watching it,
I think.
Well, he went into the UFC, didn't he? And then became world champion in the UFC. He got battered a few times and went back to WWE. So there you go.
He knows his stuff. All right, next question about your teammates. It's one for you as well, David. Which Leeds player would go the furthest on Strictly Come Dancing?
Oh dear.
Dancing. Calvin Phillips. I'd say Calvin Phillips. He
got the moves.
Then he goes out a bit and he's got a few moves when he's out. Yeah, so he's not bad.
You go the furthest. Who would go out first? Who's the worst?
Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper. Yeah, Skip Dog. Skip. He goes out. He gets a beer in his hand. He just stands there like that all night. Just doesn't move. So yeah, definitely Liam.
But Phillips, I mean, his hair's got to be quite long when he takes out.
Yeah. It's grown now. It is a good length. It's a good length now.
Yeah, I reckon he'd win it.
Yeah, Calvin's not bad. Calvin's got
Decent shout.
I reckon getting around the fifth week is probably as far as you need to go. Anything further than that becomes like seriously.
Who needs to? All right, last one on your teammates. You got to pick one person one person from the team as a phone a friend for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford, yeah, he's private educated. He knows everything. He plays the violin or something, or then the little violin. I'm not sure what it's called. It's a tiny little one.
What is that one?
Playing.
You'll know this, David.
Is it a piccolo? No, piccolo.
Not
the fiddle.
Piccolo's the little.
Oh wait, it might be the fiddle. I don't know. It's just a tiny little violin. But yeah, then he can play that. He speaks a bit of Spanish, speaks a bit of French to the lads and that.
Serious?
So, yeah, wow. Yeah. He's got all the lingo, the boy. Yeah, he's real clever.
I laugh. No, I laugh. The first time I heard him speak, I laughed.
He just doesn't. Yeah,
it was like, hang on a minute, this guy doesn't sound like he plays football.
No, he's very well spoken. Comes from a very good family, so
probably a cricket and rugby captain at school as well. Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Did you always looked at Leeds as a club that you would? Because it's a different. Obviously, it's a lot more north, isn't it?
No, like if I'm being honest, then I thought I'd never get the chance to sign for a club like this. Then I weren't playing at Bristol City then at the end of that season, and then I actually found out that there was a few teams in for me. Celtic come in for me, Fulham were in for me, and Leeds were in for me. Celtic spent too much money on Scott Sinclair, so they couldn't sign me. Fulham they were interested but weren't interested at the same time.
Right.
And then Leeds come in, and it was a no-brainer. Then I played the first game for Bristol City on the Saturday in the Championship, the first league game, and I signed for Leeds on the Wednesday. So,
Crazy.
But yeah, it was a no-brainer. Yeah.
Crazy. It's been good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been all right.
Yeah. It's gone well. Things went brilliant last season, and then we're doing well. We're kicking on, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I want to quickly touch on it's pretty much it's just a couple of days after, but it's almost a year ago to the day that you I don't know if you remember it, the Nottingham Forest game.
Yeah.
There was an interview you had on, I think it was on the Leeds YouTube channel. You just seemed deflated, fed up. You was quite brutally honest, really, about the things that are going on behind the scenes, and it just wasn't clicking. Do you feel that it was just being open and honest as a footballer on a media platform like that enabled you to just, as a team, just crack on and get it together? Because that was a turning point, really, wasn't it, from there on?
Yeah, but then like from there on, I think we lost one game to Cardiff. Then like that was the game after lockdown, so it was kind of like a pre-season game, But come out after that loss, and then like we just lost a 12-point lead in the Championship, and then like the season before we were flying and lost the lead. So to get a camera put in your face straight after that, and then like you just seen Forest celebrate like they won the league, it was hard to take. So just come out and was brutally honest, and then my facial expressions told everyone how annoyed I was, and it was then like from there we kicked on. But then our form we weren't getting the results, but our style of play and everything never changed, but things just weren't going for us, and then we lost the 12-point lead, and it was just frustrating. It was because it weren't so much our form, then it was the people outside that was always saying stuff, same old Leeds, they'll bottle it, and then like from the press you can take it, but when other managers start saying it in their pre-match interviews and post-match interviews, and you're like, then like just concentrate in your own team, don't comment on us. So that kind of gave us a kick that we needed, and then was playing Brentford on the Tuesday, and then we've travelled down to London on the Monday, and then the gaffer gave the best talk on the Monday night. It was brilliant. The boys were listening, everything was brilliant. And then we kind of took that in and then romped it in the end.
Yeah, you certainly romped it. What do you think of Leeds at the moment, DJ?
They are. I've said this publicly. I think I've said it on Sky Sports of all places that they're the most exciting side to watch. They are the English version of Atalanta.
Okay, yeah.
It could be 5-0 win. It could be a 5-0 defeat. You're never quite sure, but all you're going to get is essentially entertainment all the way through it. Your keeper, Melier, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes. Yeah. Yep,
I love
it. Do you know what then? Like, I think he goes under the radar because obviously then we've conceded more goals than we want to, but then he's also kept 7 clean sheets, and he's been brilliant in games when he's pulled out some amazing saves, and he's only 20. Like you don't see goalies in the Premiership at 20, and he's only come over last year.
Yeah, this is the thing that I went on. I mean, I rarely go on social media. I mean, I might post stuff, but it's literally I'll put my phone on, post it, and then go back to WhatsApp, whatever. And I was watching, I can't remember which game it was, and he went for about 10 crosses. And
Burnley
pretty much,
won.
Was it Burnley?
Then I'll imagine it's Burnley, because he come for everything.
And you won?
Everything. Yeah.
Was it 1-0?
1-0, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's right, yeah, because the goal was disallowed, wasn't it? And he actually, that was a mistake. I mean, it wasn't a foul, it should have counted, but then he carried on coming for crosses, and the commentators were battering him. It was like, he's made a mistake, blah, blah. But I was thinking, hang on a minute, the guy's still coming. He's still coming. He's still dealing with it. And as soon as the whistle went, the camera sort of if you can imagine, it panned towards the middle. But as it was panning, you could see all the defenders turn around to him, and they all went up to him. And I was like, that is quality. The fact that at 20 years old, as you say, that he's still coming, he's got the confidence to do it. His teammates appreciate what he's doing. Absolutely buzzing. So I went on social media and started having a conversation with Leeds fans. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. If we could just rewind to last season, obviously when you got promoted, is there, if you could relive one game through that mad season, one where maybe you performed well, or where it was just everything went right, or it was just a mad game, what one would it be? What's the one that stands out to you?
I'll probably say Birmingham 5-4.
Wow.
It was just then like we were 2-0 up, cruising in the first half, and Jude, the one who went to Dortmund, the centre mid, the young lad, and then he popped up and scored to make it 2-1. Still felt comfortable in the game. Come out for the second half, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-4, just back and forward. And in the last minute we scored. It was a crazy game, and that's when we was going through a bit of an iffy spell. Then I think that was around the New Year, and it was a mad game. Same. They're not like same as you said. Then it could have ended 5-0, but it ended 5-4. It was one of them games that just every time somebody attacked, they scored. It was mad the second half.
David, what's the maddest game you've been involved in?
Well, it's a Premier League highest scoring game. I
guess highest scoring, or maybe.
No. It was the maddest game I've been in. We played. I'm forgetting who we played now. We played Reading.
Okay.
So we're playing Reading. I think
they're always shipping goals and scoring goals, aren't they? I remember some mad one. Reading and Arsenal had a mad
it
one.
It was a crazy game. I think I'm sure we were 2-0 up, and gone out second half, just like a normal game. Reading a team that are probably going to go down. Portsmouth, we were doing all right, and then I come running out to tackle Paul Kitson somewhere near the fans. He went round me, scored, and all of a sudden it was 2-2. I think it was 2-1 at half time. It was 2-2. They had a penalty. I saved the penalty, and then before you know it, it was 7-4. And at 6-4, I've looked at the scoreboard, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, am I really in this game? This is just absolutely bonkers. Herman Riderson scored in open play. He's a centre half who ran up and headed a ball in. It was a joker of a game, but 7-4. I mean, you can't get any more mad than that.
That's pretty mad. In terms of your first experience of the Premier League, it's obviously you're doing it and you're living it, but it's obviously without fans at the moment. So do you feel like you're still waiting to really experience the Premier League because of the fans side of things?
Yeah. Then that's something that was probably one of our big things. Then going into the Premiership to try stay up this year. To actually make sure that we're in it next season, so we can hopefully, touch wood, there'll be fans back in and we can feel that atmosphere like Anfield, like the opening day of the season, 4-3. Just to think what that place would have been like. If that was the game that we had in there, it would have been madness. And then the games at Ellen Road where we've been close, it's disappointing, but then you can't really sit here and think about it because you get upset and then you put yourself down. So it's getting to a point where players are actually it's normal now to play without fans. I feel like the tempo of games are back up to what it was. Mm-hmm. Then before lockdown, I feel like the tempo's there. I feel like that's back. So then I can only imagine what it's going to be like when the fans get back in there, and then they give you the extra 5-10%. It's going to be it's going to be brilliant.
In terms of obviously the Premier League so far, you've had a lot of plaudits, including myself and DJ just then. But how do you rate your season so far? How's it going? Are the expectations there, or you above or below?
Yeah, we are probably above where we thought we would be. Then our aim for the season was to stay up there. Then as a championship team coming up, and then we signed a few good players, but then a lot of our signings have been injured. Then our two centre halves that we signed have been injured for most of the season. Rafa obviously has come in and he's been brilliant out wide, and so then it's been pretty much our championship team that has played. So then our ambition for the season is to stay up, and then we've put some good points on the table. So hopefully we can win a few more games and make sure that we're safe, and then start a game really, and then see where it can take us. But first we need to get them a couple more wins, because then in this league you can go 4, 5, 6 without winning, and then you're slowly getting dragged back in. So we need to make sure we stay on top of it and get a few more wins.
You mentioned Rafa just before. You seem to have quite a good connection with him. What's that sort of been like, having him in?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Then I pass him the ball and watch him, and then I just run around him to give him some space and hope he does something. But no, he's just then obviously you can see the quality that he's got. But for a player to come in and play for this boss straight away, then it usually take players 3-4 months for him to pick him. He likes for players to come in and train a lot before and get him up to the fitness and get him into his style of play. But from the first day, then you saw the quality I had, but then it's the work rate that goes with it. Then if you see him and he misplaces a pass, then he runs 100 miles per hour to get it back straight away. So that's what our boss looks for. Then if he didn't do that side of it, then he wouldn't play it, and that's being serious. There's been talented players that just don't play because they don't do that side of it.
All right, we're going to move on to Bielsa, your gaffer. We touched on him being a mysterious man. Do you get an indication as to how he is away from football, or do you think he just goes home, locks himself in a room, and just continues to do football? What kind of guy is he?
Yeah, then I'm pretty positive that that's what he does. He just goes home and he's on football all the time. Then he lives in a flat, so he spends most of his time at the training ground. Then he's got his bed at the training ground. He's got a kitchen in his office and everything. So he spends most of his time at the training ground. Yeah, he's just then as you see him on the touchline, pacing up and down, squatting. Then that's what he does in training. So he paces around, and then he will come in and talk to us, and he will go back out. He'll walk around the outsides, and then that's how he is. That's just how he is.
Do you feel much like a presence, like a bit of pressure from him? Is it you've got to? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, It's a presence. Then once he walks out to training, it's straight away. Then you see his coaches. Then his coaches will be all relaxed and that before he comes out, and then once he comes out, they're all running around like blue ass.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with themselves. They get all panicky. They might put a comb in the wrong place, and he counts it out and it's wrong, and they're getting shouted at. So yeah, but he's just he's the same he's the same all year round, no matter if it's going bad or good. He's the same all year round. He doesn't change what he does.
Do you like that consistency?
Yeah, because other managers, if a young lad does something bad, the manager will be on him. But if a senior lad does it, it'll be right, or not even a senior lad, then a lad that plays. But he's the same for everyone, so nobody can get away with anything. Then in meetings, he's not. He won't not say something to somebody because it might hurt their feelings. He says what he has to say, but us boys are used to it now, Then we know that we're going to get in meetings. Then we know we're probably going to get told off at one point in the meeting for something that we've done, and that's just the way it is. But I think that
school teacher, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then you kind of go into games trying to do. Then obviously you go into games trying to do everything right, but you don't want to be in that video knowing you've done something wrong and it's being brought up in front of the whole team. Yeah. That's what you don't want. So it's always in the back of your head.
I'd one manager like that, Capello.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you play an England game and then the next round of games, you'd have your video meeting and lads would be like, I just hope he doesn't show that one. And I don't know how Bielsa speaks to you. Is it first name, surname terms or?
Surnames.
Oh, yeah.
Ayling, surnames, everything's surname.
So the goalkeepers never had names with England; they were just keeper.
No. Yeah.
And the Wayne Rooney was Rooney.
Yeah.
So you'd watch a video. Waz had made it Rooney or keeper. Why? And you just sat there. The first few times, just like, what is he doing? But like you said, in the end, it's just like, actually, I know I messed up. He knows I messed up. Now everyone knows I messed up. Kind of get on with it.
Yeah.
Very, very not English, Smith.
Well, Leeds seem to be doing all right at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah,
So
it works
absolutely.
for us.
It does work for them. David, have you heard of Murderball before?
Did he win the belt in WWE back in 2012?
Luke
2010, you was close.
Never heard of it. Go on.
Never heard of it. Talk to us, Luke.
So Murderball is Wednesday. Then, like when we haven't got a game midweek, then we go into training on a Wednesday, and the night it's just a game. So then we just go out and then we just play a game. So we do like 4 or 5 minutes or 5 minutes. Then like whatever they decide we're doing. But literally, it's just non-stop. Balls being chucked in, fouls not given. It's just 25 minutes of running hard work. And then like the first time we done it in pre-season, we done it and boys were all on their knees. Like, no way can we do this in season. And then like, the coach was like, no, we're going to do this every midweek. And was like, no, we can't. We can't do this and play a game on the night of Saturday. No. Every Wednesday we're doing this. All right, then yeah. Then like we'll see. Every Wednesday we've done it. Every single Wednesday.
Wow.
Just then like we just go out and then like he does put the work in that like some like shapes what the team that we're playing on Saturdays we'll play against the shape that he thinks we're going to play against. So it is that. So we are preparing for a game, but it's just hard.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Where did I hear this story? It's something to do with the bike to make up anyone who hasn't performed at the sports science level. Is it in a game or is it in training where you have to sort of compensate on a bike or a treadmill?
No, then like usually then like that's only if your weight's a bit high. Then a few of the lads have come in with high weights, and some of the lads would be on the bike, and then how come you're on the bike? He goes, then I was 0.5 over this morning, so I need to jump
0.5.
Yeah, 0.5 over, 500 grams over. So then I need to jump on the bike to get it off. So that's usually for that, because usually the boys come in after their Murderball sessions and it's you're tired, then you're ice bathing after and you're getting ready for a down day Thursday. But but it seems to work. It's good stuff. And then like now the boys actually enjoy it. The boys actually enjoy going out and doing it.
So I'm curious. Sorry, Smith. I'm curious. Is this sports science led or is this Bielsa led?
I don't think it's sports science led.
Okay.
Because then like we'll try and find out like what segments we're doing. So we'll go out to the fitness coach. So like what segments we're doing. He'll be like, then like it's quite light today. Then like we're gonna do 3 times 4 minutes, and then the first one goes on for 6 minutes. But then like the sports science there's trying to tell him it's time. Ignores it. Finally blows up, and then I don't think it's sports science led.
See, I love this. I mean, I love sports science. I loved sports science when I was playing, but there was a value that was like, hang on, you're taking away from me what I can do. And Bristol City was a prime example. It was sports science led. No extra training. Players can't kick more than 5 balls after 10 minutes. Blah blah blah. But what you're saying goes against all the arguments that a lot of commentators say now. The players are tired. They've had too many games. This and that. I'm not saying the players aren't tired. But when your sports science guy is being told, hang on a minute, they can do another couple of minutes, and everyone talks about how fit and how hard Leeds train, play, and everybody's super fit, then there's merits in what you're doing. Yeah, definitely. Murderball
we call it. Yeah. Then like from that first one, because it was solid, so we just named it that, and after that it's just stuck. Yeah.
Going to move quickly onto the Amazon series, which you featured in quite a bit. What was that like? Did you feel, obviously there's going to be cameras everywhere all the time? Was that something that you're fine with? Did other players not like it too much, or was it just you just got used to it?
No, then our one was a bit different to the one that you see with Tottenham and that. Then it weren't really in our faces. Then it was. Okay. Then I wasn't there every day. Then like the boss here never let him in the changing rooms, never let him around the training ground when we was doing stuff. Then it was more just following fans outside, and then our season, and then boys done quite a few interviews from and that. But no, then it was really nice to watch back. It was then like it's something that's there forever, and they captured some great moments when we got promoted. So that's always nice for it to be properly filmed and it's there. So yeah, it was nice. It was a good little thing to have.
What do you think about these It seems like every team's coming out with documentaries now, isn't it, DJ?
I'm not a fan. I mean, I like what you're saying there, because the idea that it's not so much of the sanctuary of your change room in your environment, but the fact you're in a professional, competitive environment, and any little bit that is shown on the telly is an edge for the opposition, in my head. And if you're in behind the scenes, I don't watch them personally because I just don't want to see players or managers giving out trade secrets. It's almost like writing an autobiography halfway through your career and telling everyone what you're going to do as a player. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Play your game, do it, then talk about it afterwards. But like you said, if it wasn't so intrusive,
but then I've not actually watched the Tottenham one, but I've seen clips. Obviously, everybody's seen the clips with like Danny Rose in the office and stuff like that. And I mean, there's no way that our boss would have let that. Like he done one interview for it, literally. Then like it was a week before it got aired, and they've been trying all season to get a sit down with the boss, and he was just like, no, I'm not doing it. So at the end of the season, he said, right, okay, then I'll do a little bit for you, but that's it. And that's the only thing he did for it. They were never in the dressing rooms. They were never there for training. It was more about Leeds, the city, and getting back to the Premiership. That's what it was about.
Can I ask a question about your gaffer while we're on the subject?
Go on.
Have you ever seen him sit on a seat?
Yeah. But then like in meetings and that, then like he sits on a normal chair.
He actually sits on a chair. I could just imagine him walking around and just squatting.
Yeah, then like Kitman just having the bucket behind him ready for him to sit down on it. Then like trying to guess where he's going to sit. No, then I can firmly tell everyone that he does sit on a chair.
Okay, insider secret there. You're giving it away now.
Yeah. So
we need it. Do you get a sense of like obviously you haven't been playing in front of the fans this year, but last year, do you get a sense of like the fans? They adore Leeds, don't they? They love it.
Yeah, the fans here. Then like this what they live for. Then like they live for the games on the Saturdays. Well, then like when they could come, they absolutely live for it. And then like when I signed it, then like when I was at Bristol, you could walk around the city centre and then you might get stopped once or twice. You know, that like very rarely. Here, then like you go into the city, then like everybody knows who you are. Then like they live and breathe it. Then like, but then like, that's the same for then like all the sportsmen here. Then you got like Josh Warrington, who's a boxer, who just like all the fans just take to him, and he sells out everywhere he goes. And so yeah, it's just a city that loves their sportsmen. So it's nice.
It does.